Welcome back for new special game pickups. This is going to be a limited run edition since I finally got a bunch of games from limited run that I took advantage of January 1st, their special clearance sale they had to clear out their old warehouse. So with that said, and a few others, I'll only probably be doing 2 or 3 of these a year given average how long it is in between games. First up you see here a Masterpiece edition known as. This is a special HD re-release of the classic Myst game. And yeah, as you see, for the Switch, which is awesome. And it even gives like a list of a few of the different things you'll get. Like it mentions like how remastered and then other elements of the gameplay. Now I personally actually still have the original version of this for the 3DO. It's a great classic puzzle game. It was definitely ahead of its time, and there's a couple pictures to show what some of the backgrounds look like. So it's a really cool game, and I'm glad to actually get a hold of this game. Definitely cool. Now, they had this available a limited time at Best Buy. Best Buy has gone a few different limited run games, and their prices are reasonable. Next up, we have the first and second. Yeah, this is some of the games I got on the clearance blowout sale they had. Not really actually clearance price, but reasonable price. This was exclusively to the Switch, if I remember correctly. Now, you could also briefly get these from Best Buy as well. But as you see, these are remastered classics of the N64 Classic Turok games. Now, these are the PC remaster versions, so it adds a little more like where you could like do like a filter on the game and like change the style the way you want the graphics and stuff to be. So that is cool how you can manipulate and change a little bit. And it has definitely improved gameplay. Still, it is really cool to be able to play the classic Turok games again. And I love the fact the whole package is like holograph. And I gotta admit, I really enjoyed Turok 2 Seeds of Evil on my N64 back in the day. Definitely some cool ones to have and add to my Switch collection. Next up is a unique game, indie game I came across, and I was like, it looks interesting. So I pre-ordered it, of course. Cthulhu Saves Christmas. And yes, it's just as crazy as you would think it would be. He teams up with other characters like Santa Claus's granddaughter and other characters from the more mythical side of things. And in this game, yeah, Cthulhu is actually sort of the hero. Well, to an extent, anyways. And this is the gameplay. It definitely looks like a classic, like Super Nintendo era RPG. It definitely has a lot of classic elements, and I like honestly, the classic 16-bit era art style with the game. It actually suits the story pretty well. And the last of the Switch, I also have a couple of PS4 games that I picked up. This was the pride and joy that I was able to get a hold of in the blowout sale. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I originally wanted to get it for PS4, but it was already sold out. Luckily, I had 4 like windows open for Limited Run's website, so I could get my hands on. There were other games that I wanted to get my hands on, but unfortunately, I was not lucky enough. Everything I got through the blowout was within like 3 minutes. Within 10 minutes, everything was sold out. So literally, you had to be right on waiting. But definitely, I'm happy to get Curse of the Moon. I've been wanting to play the first of the Bloodstained games for a while. Hopefully in the future they do something similar for Curse of the Moon 2. And I definitely love the cover art. Okay, next we have one that I pre-ordered quite a while back. Return of the Obra Dinn, hopefully I'm saying it right. This is a great game. It's made by the same guy who brought the game Papers, Please. This is actually a really cool game. It is in 3D, but it's in this cool black and white art style that I really dig. I'll tell you in the future more about this game when I get around to actually doing a full playthrough of the game, which is going to be cool. But here, if you want to quickly pause and stop, you can read this. But it's a cool looking first-person view game, and believe it or not, this entire game was made by one guy. The same one, like I said, that made Papers, Please, made both the games by himself. That's pretty impressive. Second to last, a game that I have played before, and I do highly recommend this game, Celeste. This game is gorgeous looking. It's a great 2D side-scroller. If you're a fan of like old school Mario games and many other games and you like a decent difficulty curve, though, you can change this to the level you want. There is definitely a lot of complexity to the game mechanics of this game. There is quite a bit to Celeste. And like I said, it is a beautiful looking game. I'm happy I was lucky enough to be able to get a physical version of the game. And I actually really like this cover art. Last is game I really was crossing my fingers I could get. I originally wanted for Switch, but it sold out too fast. I looked out and got the PS4 version. River City Girls. Basically, if you're a big fan of 2D era like classic beat 'em up games like myself, I think you'll really enjoy River City Girls. The digital version of this game is on sale quite a bit. But there's what the gameplay looks like. It is definitely a classic 2D era style beat 'em up. And honestly, I'm looking forward to actually playing this game because I've heard nothing but positive things for it. Just quickly show. In the inside, of course, one of the special cards because that's one of the signatures to like limited run games is getting these special like cards. This one is a special 5th anniversary. And it's cool the fact that it even includes like a hefty size book and a lot of the limited run stuff, and I appreciate that they actually went out their way. They even added towards the end like a little bit of like a classic style comic book, which is actually really cool, and I appreciate the extra mile sometimes limited run will go through for their stuff. But with that said, that is it for limited run game pickups over the last 3 months. But anyways, I'll see y'all next time. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel. Stay safe.